We live in this world that's just obsessed with competition. We're always collecting certificates, courses, and qualifications to build up our skills. We stack our resumes just hoping to get some kind of edge. But what if we're going about it all wrong? Today, we're going to dig into a perspective that really challenges the way we think about getting ahead. So I want you to think about that for a second. That language course you were looking at, or maybe that coding boot camp, is it actually building real, usable competence, or is it just another line item to pad your LinkedIn profile? That's the big question we're exploring. Okay, so here's the big, kind of provocative idea right up front. The way most of us try to get ahead by stacking up these qualifications in a classroom setting is fundamentally flawed. Now, that is a bold claim, so let's break down exactly why. All right, so first up, we need to understand a concept that's been called the spec trap. It's this phenomenon that's born directly out of this modern pressure we all feel to constantly be competing. And that brings us to this term, spec stacking. You know what this is. It's that frantic rush to add new skills, like learning English at an academy long after you finish school. But here's the problem. You're learning that skill in a total vacuum, completely disconnected from how you would actually use it in the real world. And wow, this quote it absolutely nails the point. Think about it. You don't really learn a language from memorizing grammar tables in a class. You learn it when you're forced to navigate a business meeting or write that crucial email to a client. The context is the lesson. Learning in a bubble isn't just inefficient, it might actually be the wrong way to do it. So all of this whole critique of our learning methods, it's really pointing to something much bigger. It's pointing to a fundamental shift in what it even means to be skilled in the 21st century. Back in the day, being a craftsman or a jengi was enough. A fantastic cook was just that, a fantastic cook. End of story. But today, that's just the starting point. The real talent, the inje, is the cook who also understands supply chains, marketing, customer service, and how to manage a team. Your core skill, that's now the baseline, not the finish line. And that just hammers the point home, doesn't it? The world has kind of stopped rewarding isolated mastery. Now it rewards integrated competence. The question isn't how well can you do this one thing anymore, it's how well do you connect that one thing to everything else that matters. And see, that's the real danger of sticking to that old model. When you only have that one isolated skill, you become a jengi. You're the accounting person or the driver. It's so easy for people to put you in a box, and unfortunately, that can make you easy to replace. You're missing that broad, connective perspective that makes you truly invaluable. Okay, so if going to an academy is the wrong move and just mastering one thing is totally outdated, then what do you do? Well, the argument here is for a complete shift in where we learn. It's time to get out into the field. And this concept of the field, or 현장, is presented as the ideal classroom. And it's not a building with four walls. It's a context. It's the job site, the chaotic project team, that scrappy startup. It's anywhere you are forced to apply a skill to solve a real problem with real people and with real consequences on the line. So what's the actual game plan? Well, it breaks down into this really simple but honestly pretty profound four-step process. First, you have to admit there's a gap, that you are, to use the Korean term, mojirada. But then, instead of signing up for a class, you find a job that forces you to fill that gap. And the technical skill you pick up is almost a bonus, a dom, because the real prize is learning the business, the people, and the industry from the inside out. And that right there, that's the magic of learning in the field. You go there to understand the industry, to get your hands dirty with its challenges, and that specific skill you need gets filled in almost automatically as a byproduct. You end up learning the what and the why at the exact same time. So when you put all of this together, you get a totally new definition of what skill, or 실력, really means in our modern world. See, real skill, 실력, it's not just a collection of isolated abilities. It's more like an integrated paradigm. It's your main competency fused with a deep understanding of how the world actually works, which lets you connect dots that other people don't even see. So it's time to kind of forget that long list of specs. Your real value isn't on a piece of paper. It's in the unique perspective, that mental framework that you have built from solving real problems out in the real world. And that is something no certificate could ever capture. And that really leaves us with this final powerful question to think about. The next time you feel that you're lacking a certain skill, maybe the answer isn't which course should I take, but which context can I put myself in? It's a fundamental shift in thinking that could honestly change how you approach your entire career. Thanks for joining us.